Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and to this week's quiz upload. I am finally deciding to return the Final Fantasy X quiz uploads. Well, Final Fantasy quiz uploads, but I also am gonna do more games other than 10. I mean, there's a lot of quizzes actually being made on this website. So if you guys have created your own quizzes and want me to tackle it, then definitely leave it in the comment section below. Or if you guys want, you can also join my Discord and we can also talk about it there. And you guys can also try it out and tell me how you guys did. You can play along with me and see how much you guys get. This time, this quiz is not very difficult. The difficulty is just tough. And it is called the Final Fantasy X Advanced Trivia Quiz. So this certainly isn't going to be a quiz either. Shout out to Browning2125 on this website for creating this quiz. It has been updated just this year at February 10th, so it's pretty cool. Quiz number 345,000. That many quizzes have been made here. Average score is 9, so we're gonna go ahead and try to score more than 9. Someone got a 15 out of 15. Wow, that's pretty good actually. I don't think I'm gonna get 15 out of 15, but we'll see how we do. Link will be in the description below as per usual for these quiz uploads, and let's go ahead and get started. So question 1, which character is not from Besaid? Alright, so Lulu and Wakka were indeed born in Besaid. Jasu is probably born in Besaid if he plays for the Besaid Aurochs, although that's not really a justification because Tidus isn't from Besaid, but he played for the Besaid Aurochs. But we know for a fact that Yuna was born in Bevel, and she grew up in Besaid because Braska had wanted her to grow up there. Which character has celestial tokens in the shape of Jupiter? Okay, so I'm not actually familiar with the characters and their planet symbol associations. And I've never managed to pick up a correspondence as to what the relation is between the character and why they were chosen a specific planet. I'm gonna guess because Jupiter is the biggest of the planets, it could also represent strength. But at the same time, Mars also represented strength. But I believe I got a question like that in the past with Mars, and I thought it was Orin and I got it wrong. So I'm gonna go with Orin for Jupiter, but it could be any of them. Honestly, I have no I can't even begin to think what the correlation is between the characters and the planets. The wife of Lord Xeon, she was the first person to defeat Sin using the final summoning. Who was she? Yuna Leska. So we're gonna go ahead and type that down. I hope it's not case sensitive, which means that if I got it wrong because it had to be a capital Y, I'm gonna give myself the point, but it is indeed Yuna Leska. The main landmass of Spira houses all of these locations except which? Okay, so the main landmass, I'm gonna make the assumption that the main landmass refers to the main continent. Besaid is definitely not in the main continent. It is an island of its own to the south of the main continent. Guadosalam is indeed in the main continent. The Moonflow is definitely in the main continent, and so is Mount Gagazet. So I believe the answer to this is Besaid. Which enemy is fought in Zanarkand? Okay, so our options are Behemoth King, Sanctuary Keeper, Seymour Flux, and the Spectral Keeper. One of the two keepers was definitely fought in Zanarkand. Seymour Flux was fought in Mount Gagazet. There is a species of the behemoth in Zanarkand ruins, which is technically Zanarkand. But I believe that the Behemoth King is actually fought inside of Sin. I think that's the species that's called the Behemoth King. But they could also be the same. But I know for a fact that the Sanctuary Keeper is the boss that you fight right after the Skara Mount, or after the peak of Mount Gagazet. That's the boss. I believe that's called the Sanctuary Keeper. The Spectral Keeper is for sure fought in Zanarkand. I believe you fight the Spectral Keeper after you solve the Cloister of Trials in Zanarkand ruins, headed towards Lady Yunalesca and the Final Aeon. Which character says, "I'm not getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful"? I've never heard of this quote. I don't actually know who says this. That's the problem. I'm not getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful. Who could have possibly said this? Okay, so my first thought was that it was Wakka, but the thing is, I think Wakka's too young to have said something like this. I'm gonna take a very shot in the dark. I don't think it's Brother. Brother would not say something like this. Because this sounds, in a way, a little bit like a character would have served some sort of comedic relief, or they had some sense of comedy in their written character. My guess is it's probably gonna be Rin. Now here's the thing with Rin. It's rare for Rin to be seen as a comedic character, but he has his moments. And yeah, this line, it might not seem comedic, but I'm also thinking of the potential context. I have to go off of that because I've never heard of this quote being said before. I think once I know the answer, I'm probably going to understand why, but as of right now, my head's just doing a complete blank. Someday the Dream Will End, or A Fleeting Dream is played primarily in the background and battle music where? I believe this is played in the Zanarkand ruins. I hope it's not just Zanarkand, because it is indeed fought in the it is played in the Zanarkand ruins. You do go through all of Xanarkand, and then whenever the battle change or whenever a battle is initiated, the music stays. It doesn't trigger to the normal fiend battle music. How many species of fiends are in the Comlands? I believe there are 10. As part of my Final Fantasy X playthrough, I did decide to capture all species of fiends, and I believe there are 10 of them. I could be completely wrong, but that's just my first guess is 10. All 5 known maesters of Yevon die or are already dead during the entire game. Okay, so Seymour dies during the game. Maester Kelk Ronso, I believe, dies by Seymour's hands as part of the Ronso to try and stop him. Maester Micah is already dead. He's been dead for who knows how long, but he is an unsent. He reveals it. When Keenock dies just before the fight with Maester Seymour, that's 4 maesters. I'm missing 1. Oh, Jiskel. Jiskel's already dead. Am I missing any other maesters? I don't think so. So all 5 known maesters die or are already dead during the game is true. Yes. Assume all playable characters have their starting base HP. When revived from KO with a Phoenix down or life, which character will always have under 50% of their maximum HP? So this is a character that starts with an odd HP base stat. I mean, it doesn't matter because all of their HP upgrades increase by an even number. So it's always gonna. So the one person who has their base stat is gonna be odd always. That's why it says always under 50%. I believe Orin starts with a base health of 1030, so it's not Orin. Tidus, his base health I believe is 520, so I don't think it's Tidus. Riku's, is it 320 for Riku? So I don't think it's Riku. Kimari, oh, I don't know Kimari's base HP stat. I don't know Lulu's. I believe Lulu is like something 80. I don't remember. Or is that Waka? Actually, no, that's Waka. But it's definitely not Waka either. So it's not Tidus, it's not Orin, it's not Waka. So it's either Kimari, Riku, Yuna, or Lulu. I believe this is Yuna. There's another shot in the dark, but I think it's Yuna. Because the thing is, I can't picture their base HP stats like off the top of my head because quite frankly, I don't remember it because I just focus on upgrading to the Sphere Grid immediately. The Celestial Weapon, the Onion Knight, has abilities Break Damage Limit, Double Overdrive, 1 MP cost, and Magic Booster. So I believe this is Lulu's Celestial Weapon, and the only way you can get this is if you manage to dodge 200, or to get one of the 2 pieces for it, you need to dodge the 200 lightning bolts in the Thunder Plains, which I have yet to do. So I do not know the answer to this question just simply because I've never obtained the the Onion Knight before. Okay, I'm gonna go with false. I don't think it has either. It has one of the 2 of Break Damage Limit and Double Overdrive, but I don't think it has both. So I'm gonna go with false. Riku's Sphere Grid color is green. Yes, this is true. I have just recently played through the game, so I still remember like Riku's Sphere Grid being just straight up bright green. Which overdrive inflicts 4 status ailments on an enemy? Assume that the enemy is not immune to any of the ailments. I didn't even know that there were any overdrives that could inflict status ailments. I don't ever use overdrives unless I like reserve them for boss battles. Okay, here's the thing. I'll tell you right now, it's not Blitz Ace. It's not Blitz Ace because in order to obtain all of Tidus's available overdrives, you have to like, oh wait, but it's Blitz Ace. It's the very last one. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with it's not Blitz Ace. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't think it's Blitz Ace. If it was Blitz Ace, I would be quite surprised. I haven't used it too often just because like I spent so much time just trying to get to it. It could be Banishing Blade. I haven't used that overdrive enough. Bio Fury should just inflict bio, right? And status reels, okay. I don't actually know how status reels works, but it has the most chances of inflicting the most statuses, even though it's like a maximum of 3. Is it potentially maybe that if you get 3 different stats that you can inflict the 4th random one? I'm actually not sure. Actually, now that I think about it, why would you even have Bio Fury if it's just gonna inflict a bunch of poison ailments? That's what I'm wondering now. Like, there's no way that can be a game design error, right? Like, there's no way that when they were thinking of the Fury overdrive, there's no way they'd be like, oh, we can just inflict poison over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, they could. But at the same time, it's like, do I put more faith in the game developers that they wouldn't just do that? You know what I mean? And it's because I haven't really used these overdrives enough to like actually know. So we're gonna go with, there's gonna be another guess, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna go with hopefully putting more faith in the game developers that they managed to do something more with Bio Fury. I've never used Bio Fury, so I'm gonna go with Bio Fury as this. If you Bio Fury is like it's a roll, right? Because if you miss, If you only manage to do it once, then it's like it's only gonna inflict one status ailment. So I'm actually gonna go with Banishing Blade. Let's go with Banishing Blade. Why not? A Dino-Nix can be found on which isle? A Dino-Nix? Besaid, Omega Ruins, Bikanel, or Kilika. Okay, a Dino-Nix. This sounds like a reptile. Believe it or not, this sounds like a reptile. Like a species of a reptile. I'm gonna guess it's either gonna be Omega Ruins or Kilika. It's certainly not, I don't think it's Besaid. I believe the wolf in Besaid is just called a Lupus. And there's a water flan. There's only literally 3 types of enemies you find in Besaid. It's the water flan, the Lupus, and there's a third one. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's a bird. Oh, is a dino... a Dino-Nix could be the bird species too, actually, now that I think about it. Well, you see the word dino and you think dinosaur, but it's like, so it can either be the reptile, but the thing is, there were some dinosaurs that would also bird. So some of the birds could also be like descendants of like pterodactyls. But I'm gonna go with, I don't think it's Besaid. If I had seen the name of the bird was the Dino-Nix, I would have recognized it and thought it sounded cool. So I'm gonna leave it. It could be Omega Ruins, Bikanel, or Kilika. Omega Ruins, let's see. I feel like the monster in the Omega Ruins are a bit more complex in terms of theme design, so I don't think any of them would be called the Dino-Nix unless that reptile that you encounter with the treasure chest is called the Dino-Nix. So I don't think it's the Omega Ruins. So it's either Bikanel or Kilika. I actually want to go with Kilika, as weird as it sounds, just because it sounds the most unlikely. Nah, we're gonna go Bikanel. Let's go Bikanel. Why not? I changed my answer up so fast. That's what happens when you rely on guesses. The Great Machina War between Bevel and Zanarkand resulted in who being created? Certainly not a guess. We covered a video on this. This one created Sin. So, submit my answers. Let's see how we do. So, which character is not from Besaid? Yuna indeed. Okay, so it was Waka who has the shape of Jupiter. Okay, I was torn. I was actually torn between Waka and Orin. All celestial weapons have the ability break damage limit. Okay. Okay, I believe when I got to the Onion Knight question... Wait, so did I get the Onion Knight question right then? I just want to go back there immediately. Don't go back. Okay, it's false. Okay. All those abilities except for double overdrive. It's triple... Oh, wow. Okay, so there was break damage limit. Okay, I was going to say... If it was false, it means it didn't either have break damage limit or double overdrive. But then I saw that every celestial weapon has break damage limit. But it didn't have double overdrive, so good. We still got this right. Oh, sorry, it was Waka. I didn't know that. Unalaska, we got that correct. Besaid, we got that correct. Spectral Keeper, was that correct? I'm not getting any younger, so I might as well make myself... Oh, this was Jet? When was this set? In the Chamber of the Faith inside Zanarkand, Braska decides to go forward and use one of his guardians to become... Oh, this must have been maybe when Orin was revealing his memories. Yeah, oh, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. But Jet was only 28 when that happened. He's also not old. But okay, that's good to know actually. This one we got, it's 9? Oh, I thought it was 10. Oh wow, I was so confident about this too. I thought it was 10 the whole time. All right, it's 9. All 5 known maesters of Yevon. I believe this was a question that was on a previous quiz and I got it wrong. I think because I misread it, but this time I read it. I made sure to read it properly, so we made sure to get that one right. Okay, so it is Yuna. Okay, Yuna has 475 starting HP. Okay, that's why I was like, I know one of the characters had an odd amount. I knew it wasn't Orin, I knew it wasn't Tidus, and I knew it wasn't Waka. So it was a 1 in 4 shot, so we got it. Onion Knight false, we went through this, it's good. Banishing Blade. Okay, this one was a bit of an educated guess because I've never used any of their overdrives. I know I've used Blitz Ace enough that there was no way it was gonna be Blitz Ace. Bio Fury, I think it was just gonna straight up inflict poison, but like if you only managed to spin it once, it was only gonna inflict 1 status ailment. Status fields could only do 3. Oh, Banishing Blade inflicts full break. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's right. I completely overlooked the breaks as a status ailment. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense for full break. Okay, that's another technicality, but that is like a good kind of technicality. Dino-Nix. Okay, so dude, it was that lizard enemy found in the Kilika Woods. Oh, okay, gotcha. All 4 of the given locations had lizards, but only Kilika had the Dino-Nix. Wait, the Besaid had a lizard type enemy? It had a wolf, it had a bird, and it had a flan. I don't think it had a lizard. I knew the Dino-Nix was a type of lizard. Well, it could also been potentially been a bird, but I kind of went with the base being the lizard. I knew it wasn't the Omega Ruins just because, I mean, I would have known it was the Deinonychus. You see that monster way too often. I was on Kilika, then I changed it in the last second to Bicanal. So if I had kept it, I would have gotten it right. And the Great Machina War, it was Sin. So we scored 11, or I scored 11. The average was 9, so I scored above the average. So that's pretty good. I'll call that a dub. Let me know how you guys did in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought about some of the questions, or if you guys have a quiz yourself that you guys want to share and have me do in a video or a future video, please be sure to leave it in the comments or join me up on Discord and send it there as well. Or you can always just DM me on Discord. That also works too. And other than that, leave a like in this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more videos related to this and the Final Fantasy universe. This is Enzo signing out, and I will see you all soon.